It's finally here. Andy is off this morning. He has a thing at his daughter's school this morning. So he'll be back tomorrow. And I think most of you know I was away last week in Ireland. And I'll share some pictures and some stories about Ireland tomorrow.
I think you brought the rain with you from
The rain,
back
it
to
rained
Jackson.
the whole time I was in Ireland. I brought my sunglasses, didn't need them. But right now in Dublin, it's 55 degrees. It was 55 degrees all last week in Dublin. Here in Jackson, it is 64, and our high yesterday 66. Our overnight low 65. So we've been pretty steady, but we're expecting off and on rain and strong winds today. In fact, Consumers Energy issued a statement last night that they're mobilizing crews in anticipation of some strong winds in the west and northern portions of their service area in the state of Michigan, where winds are forecast to reach 50 miles an hour, perhaps. Here in our area, our forecast is for winds as strong as 30 miles an hour. So keep your hat on. Hold on to your hat while you're out and about, maybe voting today. Let's see how things look outside. Our hometown heating, cooling, and more. View from atop the Blake building. A typical November morning. No rain right now, and the radar shows that it's possible the path of precipitation is going to bypass us today. It looks like most of it is on the west side of the state, as far east as Battle Creek. So we could be just dry and windy for the rest of today. Well, yes, today, of course, as you know, is the election day, and we're getting reports already that voter turnout is pretty strong. There's a shot at Cascades Baptist, where City of Jackson Public Information Officer Aaron Dimmick reporting that turnout is heavy, big crowd. This morning at Cascades Baptist, that is Ward 6. In Blackman Township, Supervisor Pete Jancek reporting that turnout is steady, and we're hearing from Summit Township that they have big crowds. In the City of Jackson, already 50% of registered voters have voted. They've already turned in their ballots. And according to state law in Michigan, clerks in townships and cities with population greater than 5,000 could have started counting the absentee ballots as long as 8 days ago. So it's possible that we will see earlier results tonight, but I would say probably it'll be a late night before we know anything. Although we do have results in from one precinct in New Hampshire. The voters of Dixville-Notch traditionally vote first in the nation. At midnight, they voted this morning, and it's a tie. 6 voters, 3 for Harris, 3 for Trump. So it's been called a bellwether. I don't think so, but if that holds to be true, it'll be a tight race and a late night. We might not know until tomorrow, or maybe even later. So yes, a lot of interest in the 2024 election. Already in the state of Michigan, 3.1 million people have voted. That's a record, but we haven't had early voting before. So it's a record, but it's a 4-year record. And nationwide, 82 million people have already voted. A lot of things on the ballot in addition to people. Here in Jackson County, for example, we have 62 people running for school board seats. Overall, in Jackson County, we have 297 names running for state, federal, county, township, and school board. You won't have that many names on your ballot, but in all the ballots, all the townships and precincts in Jackson, nearly 300 names. Plus, we have issues. We have in Jackson County a set of issues for most Jackson County voters, they have 3 ballot proposals to consider. That's for all of Jackson County, and then Blackman, Napoleon, and Vandercook have issues as well. Blackman Township has a public safety millage renewal proposal. The County of Jackson has a jail operations millage question proposal. Jackson College has their millage proposal, and the Jackson District Library operating millage renewal proposal. Also, Napoleon Township has a roads millage proposal, and in Vandercook Lake School District, a sinking fund millage renewal proposal. So we have mostly renewal proposals, which would mean no new taxes, no increase in taxes for voters in those districts. So you'll be able to see results tonight on the Jackson County Elections website. So visit the Jackson County website. That is where you'll find the most up-to-date results. The townships and the city, they do not individually report their results. They send them all to the county, and that is the one place. And that's where the media will be getting their results, so you'll be able to get them just as fast as the media. If you have not voted yet, you can still vote today if you're a U.S. citizen and 18 or over. Michigan law allows citizens to register to vote on Election Day. And if you're waiting in line at a polling place at 8 p.m. when the polls close, you will be allowed to vote. So my suggestion, get to the polls early. So we'll have election results tomorrow on the morning show. Well, we had, this is the first day we don't have any high school sports. In weeks, there are no high school sports tonight. Last night was the opening night in district volleyball action. And for the Columbia Central defeated Michigan Center 3-0 at Chelsea in Division II. At Dansville, Leslie into East Jackson season 3-1. And in Division IV at Concord, Bellevue 3, Jackson Prep 0. The districts resume tomorrow, and you can see more coverage, including photo galleries from last night's action, online at jtv.tv. Well, while many people will be tuned in to watch the election results tonight, a huge audience will be watching ESPN instead of CNN. And do you know why, Brandon?
I do not.
Because tonight the first college football playoff rankings will be released at 7 p.m. And here in the state of Michigan,
we don't care.
Not the usual excitement, because both Michigan and Michigan State are not expected to appear in the top 12. So this is the first year where we have the expanded playoff format. It's been 10 years since we've had the college football playoffs. They've expanded the field to be a 12-team format. So new era for the college football playoffs, 7 p.m. tonight.
I'm rooting for Indiana. They're should be in the top 5 now.
Indiana, yes. Indiana is expected to...
they're never good at football, so I'm rooting for them.
Yes, we typically do not see Indiana anywhere near the top in the Big Ten in football. But this year it's different. Also, many of you went to bed early, as I did last night, and missed the end of Monday Night Football. It was a long game. It actually went into overtime. The Kansas City Chiefs, in a close game, it was so close it ended up being tied at the end of regulation. But they escaped their overtime battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Their perfect record remains intact. They won 30-24. In Kansas City, in the pouring rain, the fans in Arrowhead Stadium were a little nervous, as in I think it was the fourth quarter early, that Patrick Mahomes appeared to be injured. He rolled his ankle, and it looked like he was going to be done. They started warming up the backup, and miracle, he came back out and finished the game. Other sports, the Pistons. Did you hear about this, Brandon? The Pistons.
I picked them to lose. Yeah. But go ahead.
Yeah.
They won.
Yeah, they won.
They did.
They won.
I didn't think they were going to win.
Yeah, well, like some New Yorkers, the Detroit Pistons took the subway to the game on Sunday. Unbelievable. The Pistons rode the subway to Barclays Center to play the Brooklyn Nets. Do you know why? The New York City Marathon was going on, so there was nobody could move. It was gridlock. So they had to take the subway, but it proved to be good luck because the Pistons won 106-92. They are 2-5, so it's not horrible. It's not like last year when they were like 0-30 early in the season.
They won last night against the Lakers too, so they're
Oh.
3-5 now.
3-5, awesome. That's great. And also overnight, early this morning, striking Boeing machinists have ended their nearly 2-month walkout. They voted late last night to accept a 4-year deal that locks in historic gains in wages. Now, they had been offered an increase of 25% in their wages over a period of 4 years. So they held out, and they ended up getting a 38% raise over 4 years and $12,000 bonuses for every Boeing union employee. 12 grand bonus plus 38% raises. So I think people are going to start applying for jobs at Boeing.
I think so.
Yeah, I think they'll be lining up. Yesterday, the state of Michigan and the Jackson County Health Department wanted to alert residents that whooping cough is it's spreading. And we have so far in the state of Michigan 838 cases of whooping cough, also known as pertussis. About this time last year, there were between 500 and 600, so it's quite an increase. And the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services is urging people to get vaccinated against the disease. And the health department tells us that the health department is a place where you can get vaccinated, and also check with your local health provider or your pharmacist. Our sponsor of the day today is Tamrox. Thanks to Tamrox Automotive on Airport Road off I-94. Tamrox, thank you so much for sponsoring JTV. Great team of people taking care of your vehicle at Tamrox Automotive, and they also do a lot of cool things for our community. We have a great show today, a lot of wonderful guests. Joining us first up, we'll celebrate the expansion of manufacturing in Jackson County with Pete Jansek, who is the supervisor at Blackman Township and the CEO at Midbrook Manufacturing, Jamie Willis, up next here on The Morning Show.
The Jackson District Library offers thousands of services a year to our community. To keep these services